Hello, this is the first tutorial. I'm going to show a few things that you would need to know in order to get started with GIMP. First, downloading GIMP. Second, opening it on your computer. Number three, opening a photo in GIMP. Number four, I'm going to show one thing that you can do in GIMP, which is how to alter the colors. And number five, exporting the picture to be able to save it as a JPEG. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen share here and show how all these things work. Okay, the first thing that I will show is how to download GIMP. If you don't already have it on your computer, you can do a search, download GIMP. This will take you to this result, downloads for GIMP. This is how it'll show up in the webpage, gimp.org/downloads. When you get here, you see the fox with the paintbrush in his mouth. When you scroll down, you'll see two buttons. Click on the orange button to download it directly. I always recommend to download it directly because it's just easier. Once you click to download, I'm not going to actually click here because I've already got it downloaded, but once you click, it's going to download to your computer, and then you will need to install it. So after it downloads, if it shows up on your screen on the lower left side here, once you click it to open, then it will ask you about installing, and then you can click to install. If you don't see it there, you can go to your downloads folder in your club. I'm sorry, that's me. Da-da-da. Oh, sorry, lost the screen share. Let's go again. Okay, once it's downloaded, if you don't see it show up here, you can go to your downloads folder, and then you can click on it from there to install it. Okay. Once you have it installed, you can find it on your computer. When I click my Windows button, I can scroll down to G, and I'm going to find it right here. There's the fox with the paintbrush in his mouth. And now it's open. So all I need to do to open it is just find the program and click on it. Now that it's open, I don't actually have a picture here that I'm working with. So you need to know how to open a photo. It's just like when you open things in a Word document, you go to File, Open. So all the way to the left, File, Open. And then I can pick from things that I've got. For example, I can look in any photos that I've already got on this laptop. And I'm going to look in somewhere where I know I'm going to have a few photos to use. Once you have chosen it, you click open and your photo will be here for you to alter. Then number 4, I'm going to show you how to change the colors. I actually already changed the colors on this photo using the GIMP program to make the colors more muted. But to change the colors, there's a bunch of options here in the color area. I like the color balance. I like the brightness contrast. I like the curves. I'll show you what some of these do. Brightness contrast is fairly easy. So I go to colors, brightness contrast, and then it's going to change how bright the photo is or how dark it is. I can click on here or I can use the buttons. And then the contrast is the light dark contrast. Do I want more contrast between the light and dark areas or less contrast between the light and dark areas? Okay, and so if I find a setting that I like, I can click OK. This here is a preview to show me what it will look like. If I don't want to see what it will look like beforehand, I can get rid of that, right? But usually you want to see what it will look like before you select it. And then sometimes you want to see both at once, like, oh, I want to know what did it look like and what will it look like when I change it. And I can click on split preview to show me before and after. Okay. Once I like it, I click OK. Here's another item in colors. So I just showed brightness contrast. I'm going to also show color balance. This is another one that I use sometimes. So color balance will make it go either more one way or another way. So it'll make the whole picture either more cyan, which is a kind of blue, or more red. And right now it's selected to the mid-tone. So just the middle values would change. Boom. So you can see how it got more red, not for the whole thing, but for the midtones. Or more cyan. I can show you what happens if I do it with the shadows. Here we go. So now it's the darker areas that change to red. Notice how this blue is really light in the sky and it didn't make it red. But I can do different things on different parts of it too. Okay, that's a little bit crazy looking. I am going to leave it with just changing this color. Okay, and then one more other tool in colors that I'll show you is curves. The curves will give you lighter or darker colors for either the lighter or darker area. So if I pull up here or down, you can see how it changes. This part is the darker colors, and this part is the lighter colors. So if I pull down here, it's darkening the lighter colors or lightening the lighter colors. This would be what's in the middle. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. Kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that and click OK. So the three things that I showed with colors are brightness contrast for making it brighter or darker, more or less contrast. I showed color balance, which lets you adjust the dark, middle, or lighter colors in one way or another, moving it towards more one or another color. And I showed you curves, which can let you brighten up a dark area or darken a light area. Okay, so now if I like this, I want to save it. The way to save it and have it a JPEG is to go to File, Export As. If you just go to Save, it will save it as a GIMP file, which if somebody else has GIMP, they can open it and see it. But if you're sending this photo to somebody who doesn't have GIMP on their computer, they won't be able to open it. So here is File, Export As, which will let me save it as a JPEG. If it doesn't say JPEG back here, when you go to File, Export As, like it says PNG, you can always type in here and change it to JPEG. And then I'm going to save this as something else so it doesn't go over the original picture. That way I still have my original picture as well. When I have it titled, I decide where I'm putting it. I don't want to keep it in here. I'm going to put it, say, on my desktop. Click Export. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I accidentally took out the dot right there. So it needs to be .jpeg. Okay, that is it for this first tutorial.